Welcome, beautiful souls. This is Bunny Spirit collabing with Dragon Heart Tarot.
Hello, everyone.
We are now beginning the top 10 2022 hashtag that Lisa Papes actually created recently. So let's start by going to the 5th position, number 5.
My 5th place will be this one. This is the Bloody Tears Tarot. This one is my first Kickstarter tarot. This one I got it mainly because it's based, or mostly based, in one of my favorite video games. The art is made by just 3 main colors, black, red, and blue. And for those who may know which video game I'm talking about, it's too many references, or so many references about it. It's actually pretty amazing, but I chose this one to be in the 5th place because it's more of collection purposes instead of just doing readings. This one has been amazing for shadow work, but just for myself, and that's why it's my 5th place for the 2022 tarot.
Okay, so on the 5th, for my deck number 5, I have the Hocus Pocus by Inside Edition, and this deck has been so relatable because I have always loved the movie since I was a child. This has been a top favorite always when it comes to Halloween or that season where all the spooky stuff is so incredible. And so Hocus Pocus is one of my favorite movies of all times. And having this deck was so rewarding, was so amazing to have it. I not only like the card stock, but I actually love the book. The guidebook is a lot chunky, and the backings, the packaging I love, and even though it can be a little bit pippish, I don't mind, even though I don't like much decks that are pippish. I like more scenic tarot, but these are great. They're so relatable. They connected to me so easily, and I love it. And the fact that it's so familiar to me made my reading so easy. So therefore, this is my top 5 in position because I really don't use it that much in my readings, and this has been fairly new, but it's really dear to my heart.
In the next place, 4th place, is this one, the Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle. I have always been very drawn to alchemy and all about its meanings, and actually this one has been very useful in if you want to learn a little bit more about alchemy. This can give you a good guidance. The way that King Krans made the explanation and how the elements the materials and even the planets can work with you on your daily basis is really good. You can see here I actually modified this one. I have been modifying some of my decks because I feel like it's giving them more life. The art is really, really good, and the reason I put it on the fourth place is because I only use it on very special occasions. I don't use it that much. Only if I'm doing, like I say, very special readings for the collective or for myself. But as a guidance, or maybe if you feel drawn to alchemy and all its meanings too, it's really, really good.
And so in my fourth place, or deck number 4, this has been an awaiting Oracle deck, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by Caroline and John Astrop. This deck has been such a guide for me because as a cosmic witch, I have always been drawn to astrology since I can remember. And this deck has a very useful guidebook with a lot of information, very, very helpful. If you want to start astrology, this can guide you very well as a beginner, in my opinion. And we have these lovely cards. Even though this can have like very old depiction, or it's a very old one, you can say that this deck, this Oracle deck, it's an oldie but a goodie. The thing about this deck, as you can see, is that the only thing that I'm bothered is that it's divided by 2. I mean, it's not that it's a big deal, but then again, it can be a little bit troublesome. But the cards are great. They're easy to manage. And they have all this symbolism that encompass a lot of information that you can extract intuitively, that I really love. And like I said, this has been such a great guide to learn in depth astrology, to get in touch with what is planets and signs and depictions. And this complements my reading in the end so perfectly that I really needed this. This is something that came around so good for me in my readings. And the thing about this being in my 4th place is that I really use it more to learn than my tarot readings, but I once in a while like to use it as an oracle to complement my readings. So therefore, that's why it's on my 4th place.
Coming up next, in 3rd place for me, is this one, the Golden Tarot of Marseille. This one, for me, is one of the most beautiful decks that I have seen and that I own. This one is from Scarabeo. I love the way they combine the original art from the Marseille and this golden layer. This one holds the 3rd place because of all the decks that I own, and I have used them. I've seen that this one is more for love readings, especially for love readings, for me. So everything that is related to couple readings, broken heart readings, and more. This one has been very, very specific on the messages, to the point, actually. And that's why I keep it in this place.
Third place, I have the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot by Krans, and this one actually was the first tarot deck that I was so obsessed in the beginning when I started tarot. I always wanted this, but I thought that this was too difficult at the time that I was beginning tarot. In my perspective, I don't believe this being a beginner-friendly tarot because it's so minimalist. But go ahead if you feel that this calls to you. By no means. If you feel that this is the deck that you resonate, you can start by using it. Go and feel free to do it. And so the thing is that even though this is more towards a white and black palette, but with certain splashes of color, I really do love it. Not because it's so appealing to the eye, but the artwork is amazing. Like always, Krans is always so like mystical and magical. And also because it has such an animal energy that I always use in my readings, and I always like to integrate. So this deck was always calling to me, and the good thing that I got it recently, well, last year, and good thing that I did. And as you see, and as you can see, this is a very small deck because of my hands, because I have tiny hands, so it's very easy and manageable for myself. I don't tend to get bigger versions if there's a small version, and I love to have the tin ones, so this is my third pick.
Coming up next for me, on my second place, is this one, Tarot del Toro. This one, the art was made by Tomas Hijo. This one is the second place because I have felt a very familiar energy with it. It holds the second place because I haven't had the opportunity to use it as much as I want. I know there is a lot of people that actually enjoy this deck, and also I have also modified this one. I added this bronze color to the edges. And well, like I was saying, I haven't had the opportunity to use it as much as I want. But this is a very, very pretty deck. It also has a very interesting art, a very interesting style. For me, this one is one of the most interesting decks that I own.
My second pick, and this is competing with the first one, would be Mother Mary Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And as you can see, the pocket edition, because it's small and it's very manageable for me, and I love it. And I love the artwork and the colors of this version versus the normal version. So this was a great pick for me, not because of the messaging that it has, but I thought for certain that this would make more of a complementary or oracle to complement my readings for spiritual guiding. But matter of fact, it wasn't. I mean, it helped me so much with other type of readings that I was very blown away and very surprised. This surprised me a lot. The artwork is stunning. It's beautiful. And the depictions of Mother Mary is so diverse, in my opinion. So I've used this a lot, even though this is the most recent deck that I purchased so far from last year. And it's always on to the point, very straightforward, no issues whatsoever. It completes the reading effortlessly. So that is why it's on the second place. But since this has been very new to me, and as you can see, this also has messagings that are very, I believe, very universal and can identify very easily. So that has helped me a lot. And since it's practically very new to me, so that's why it's in the second position.
And for my first place is this one, the Horror Tarot. This one is very special for me because I have always loved everything that is related with horror, terror, and this one has everything. Vampires, monsters, mummies, skulls, everything that you can imagine that is related with horror. And this one I have also modified it because when I saw the white edges, I just say one of the main reasons I got it was because the cards were red, and I just had to give it that finish. I also love the fact that it has this foil here, this red metallic foil that says the name of the cards, and it's very, very interesting. This one has been my main deck since I got it, and it also has been the most requested one for my readings. It's always on point. It can be used as love readings, work-related readings, career, everything, and it has never let me down. So this is my first place.
In my first place, and this is going to be a shocker because I believe everybody knows this deck, is the Light Seer Tarot by Kris. Yes, I got it last year. I should have got this way back because it's incredible. It's a workhorse. It has helped me a lot. I really don't know why I didn't get this from the beginning when I started tarot. I love the artwork. I can't imagine how it would be the indie version, because I know, if I'm not mistaken, there was an indie version of this deck. Not sure, but yes, in matter of fact, what I did is get the Muse Tarot first, and I was like, oh, I should have got this as well, because the artwork is so relatable. It's very it's very magical. It's very colorful, bright. Everybody can identify with this imagery, and I can use this deck for any reading I have. Doesn't matter the theme, the topic, or the question. This always gets to the point. This is so direct. This is so incredible to view, and all my clients ask for this deck. They request a lot, so that has been so popular in my readings. And I can actually say that if I were to get only one deck, or can stay with only one deck, this would be my deck. That's why it's in #1 position.
And for a little extra, we both have our honorable mentions. For mine, I have the Healing Light Lenormand. This one is from Los Scarabeo. I liked this one because normally you will find Lenormands to be smaller, and this one is almost the size of a Oracle deck. I love the colors, how they make these shades to be the symbolism of the cards, and how they made this something that I feel is very modern, and it really caught my eye at the moment. It's very, very on point every time that I make a reading with it, and it's very, very pretty for me.
As my honorable mention, I got the Magickal Spellcards by Lucy Cavendish. This made it to the honorable mentions because I really don't use this as a oracle for my readings that much, not as much as I would want. I use this more for spell casting, for rituals, for my witchcraft practice. So this has made it easier. I can use all the castings and all the information here. It's very easy. I think it's very beginner friendly if you want to have a reference on how to cast a spell or do a ritual or manifestation. This is great. I love the colors. I love that it has this airy feeling of antiquity. It's so beautiful, and it's almost like timeless as well, and it has very good keywords, good wording, but I don't use this in my readings, not so much as I would want to, but I use this a lot in my craft.